Hello everyone, Debarkis here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome once again to another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's early morning here, around 5 a.m. At Innsbruck Airport. Innsbruck Airport, in German Flughafen Innsbruck Kranebitten, also known locally as the Kranebitten Airport, is the largest international airport in Tyrol, in Western Austria. It is located approximately 4 kilometers, that's 2.5 miles from the center of Innsbruck. The airport, which was opened in 1925, handles regional flights around the Alps as well as seasonal international traffic to further European destinations. During the winter, there is a significant increase in activities at this airport due to the high number of skiers traveling to the region. And our destination today is Athens, Greece. Athens International Airport, Eleftherios Venizelos, or in Greek, Διεθνής Αερολιμένας Αθηνών Eleftherios Venizelos, commonly initialized as AIA, that is Athens International Airport. It is the largest international airport in Greece, serving the city of Athens and the region of Attica. It began operation on the 28th of March 2001 in time for the 2004 Summer Olympics and is the main base of Aegean Airlines, as well as other small Greek airlines. It replaced the old Ellinikon International Airport. Athens International Airport is currently a member of Group 1 of Airports Council International. That's airports with over 25 million passengers. And as of 2022, it is the 19th busiest airport in Europe and the busiest and largest airport in the Balkans. And today we are gonna be flying 8 VIPs to Athens. We're gonna be flying the beautiful Cessna Citation Longitude to my right here. So we're flying fully booked. We're gonna be departing in about an hour, so let's head inside, start the avionics, and then as usual come back out for a walk around. Okay, first things first, we check the circuit breakers on my side here. They're all in. Of the co-pilot, they're all in. And next we make sure that the levers, the gear lever and the flaps lever, are correspondent to the outside situation. So that's gear down and flaps fully retracted, and that's good. All right. Now we can turn on the standby power. Okay. And batteries 1 and 2. And of course we have ground power available, so let's turn that on so the batteries don't get drained. Now we can turn on the lights, floodlights, and the 2 map lights. Okay, wait for this to initialize. Okay. All right. So while everything is initializing, we can Oh my gosh, this camera is track IR. 1 second, let me deal with this. Okay. Alright, so start our synaptics. Pre-flight. Oh, no, it's on the wrong. Okay, let's display it here. Okay, now synaptics page, oxygen, we have the correct pressure, everything is nominal except stabilizer trim and flaps, and that's understandable because the engine's not running and those things have not been set yet. Okay, and our summary, okay, everything is good. Okay. In our electrical page, of course, the external power is supplying electricity to both buses, bus A and bus B, or bus 1 and bus 2 with the bus tie closed. Okay. Alright, and our hydraulics. Oh, that's new. Okay. Flight controls we don't need yet. Yeah, those things are not gonna... We don't need to check it right now. For the bleed, we have the recirculation fan going on right now because there's no bleed air coming from the engines, and APU are off. Okay. And anti-ice. Okay. Alright. As for the fuel, that's that. Okay, everything is the way they should be. Okay, leave it on electricals for now. Alright, so I think we can go out for the walk around. Let's start from here. The probes are all good, and the oxygen compartment is closed, and all the 4 latches are closed, and the pitot tube is good. And underneath here, it's clean and clear. The wheel well, the taxi lights, clusters are good, and the lenses are clean. Tires are well inflated. Hold on, looks like my camera is too fast. Oh, really? Alright, leave it there, that's good enough. Okay, everything here is as expected. Okay, continuing on this side. The the right oxygen compartment is closed and all latches closed. Probes are good. Some lights need to be on. Where am I getting this cross? Not that. Tail flood. Okay. Okay. Okay, leading edge of the wing, of the right wing is good. Fuel cap is closed. Navigation light is on. All control surfaces are good. Of course, flaps are retracted. That's why the flaps lever needed to be up too. Otherwise, that would have extended and people could get hurt. All right, checking the right main landing gear. Brakes are good. Tires are adequately inflated. And all hydraulic lines are there. Struts are good. And the wheel well. Clean and clear. And engine intake. And the blades all clean, pristine. The exhaust is good. APU intake, same thing. Unfortunately, the flashlight doesn't work outside, so you have to use your imaginations. The horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer, they're all good. Elevators and their trims, I can see that they're all good. Navigation lights, those two lights up there, they're working. Of course, the logo light is on. Now, in real life, the lights are not there. The lights are supposed to be right here, so I hope they fix that in a future update. Okay, so everything over there is good. Left engine exhaust is good. And the nacelle and the blades, everything is good. Baggage compartment is closed, it's already fully loaded. And left main landing gear, everything is good. Brakes are good. Struts, wheel, rims, tires, wheel doors, hydraulic lines and struts, and the wheel well. Everything is as expected in pristine conditions. Okay. Can step outside this way. And the trailing edge of the wing is good. Winglet is good. Navigation light is on. Okay. Now there should be a light here that works with the taxi lights. That's the wing wash light. Alright, everything is good right here. Also, all the antennas and the outflow valves on the bottom, they're all good. Landing light clusters, both of them are good. And anti-collision / strobes. The glass is clean and clear. Of course, these are LEDs, so they never die. Or they have a very long lifetime, so no need to worry about those. We're just making sure that the lens is clean, and it is. Alright, so that's it for the walk around. Everything is the way it should be prior to engine start. So let's head back inside. All right. So before we do the flight briefing, we're gonna do our performance. Okay. So let's see. Weight and balance. We have 340 pounds for the 2 pilots, and we have 8 passengers weighing a total of 1,360 pounds. Our cargo, which is basically the luggage of everybody, is 800 pounds. So everybody gets 80 pounds. Okay. And for takeoff, the fuel on board sink. Okay, that's not enough, although I loaded enough. Let's see. It was supposed to be 8,008. Okay, let's make it 8,100. Oh, 56%, 8,172. Well, let's look at the briefing very quickly and see how much fuel we're supposed to take. Let's get on to Volanta real quick. Okay. Okay. So, fuel 8,036 pounds. Okay. All right, let's see. 8,036. If I put 8,036, 8,000 4018 4018. That gives us 8,036. Let's see how much it gives us here. All right, so it looks like it reduces the fuel for usable fuel. It only shows usable, so I'm gonna just increase it a little bit. Let's see, 8,172. I forgot that you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I have put 8,172. Let's sync it again and see what it comes to. So let's see, this is 8,089. 8,089 pounds. And sorry about that interruption. Okay, 8,089. How much? I was thrown off course. My head is all over the place. All right, so block fuel is supposed to be 8,036 pounds. How much do we have? 8,089. Okay, that's good enough. We'll leave it at that, so can close this. All right. This, we'll take a look at our reserve. So we have two ways of seeing this briefing, and you guys can tell me what you prefer in the comments. This is one way of looking at it, or we can just use Volanta and pull it up from here. All right.
No takeoff. No takeoff.
Oh gosh.
No takeoff.
My throttle sometimes jumps, and that's what just happened. All right, our reserve plus alternate is 2025, so we can enter that. 2025. Enter. All right, so that's that. We can go back to home, go to flight plan, enter our origin. And our origin is, can actually grab it off of here, Innsbruck. Our destination is Lima Golf Alpha Victor. Okay. All right. So we'll leave it here for now and finish the flight briefing, and then we can come back. So let's maximize this one more time. All right. So we are November 47 Charlie Lima. That's Charlie 700, which is the Citation Longitude. And our home air, our origin is Innsbruck, Lima Oscar Whiskey India. Our destination is Athens, Eleftherios Venizelos. And our alternate is Thessaloniki, Macedonia International. Okay. And zero fuel weight is 25,889 pounds, payload 2,500 pounds, fuel 8,036 pounds. Of course, we have 8,089. Takeoff weight is 33,875 plus that little fuel extra. Flight time is 2 hours and 1 minute, and we're going to be cruising at 41,000 feet. Distance is 928 nautical miles, and this is our route. We take off runway 26, and our departure is the RNAV departure Rattenberg 3 X-ray. To Rattenberg, direct to Obedi, direct to Berta, direct to Darza, direct to Giza, direct to Split, direct to Iosa, direct to Capo, direct to Nosto, and Uniform Lima 612 to Arajos, I believe that's what it is. And Uniform Bravo 34 to Nemes, and our arrival is going to be the Nemes to Charlie arrival. We're going to be landing on runway 03 left, and it's going to be an ILS approach. Okay. And we've already talked about the weights, so times. Don't want to bore you with the whole flight plan. Now times, we are going to be departing from the ramp at 0510 Zulu, which is 6:10 a.m. local time, and takeoff is going to be 0515 Zulu, 6:15 local time. Arrival at Athens gonna be 9:25 local time, 7:25 Zulu. So there's a 1 hour time difference between Innsbruck and Athens. Okay, and arrival at the ramp is gonna be 7:35 Zulu, 9:35 local time. So block time is 2:25, although they are estimating that we're going to be a little earlier, 9 minutes earlier. So we'll see how that works. And of course, we're going to be earlier, even more than that, because this flight plan assumes that we're going to be flying at Mach 0.82, but we're going to be flying at Mach 0.83. So that's going to give us that's going to save us a few more minutes. All right. So that's that for the flight plan. The rest of it is gonna be too boring to look at. Now, next we look at Navigraph. All right, and looks like there's an update today. So all the taxiways are now properly labeled. I can see that. That's beautiful. Look at that. All right. Anyways, we are parked here in front of that, whatchamacallit, in front of the Tyrolean Jet Services. Okay. And we're going to be taking off runway 26. And of course, the magenta, by the way, look at the whole flight route so that you can see it, all of it. You can see the magenta portion is the departure, the SID. The green portion is the arrival, the star, standard terminal arrival, that's star. For those who don't know, now if it looks like I'm over-explaining as usual, remember that I have fans who are not aviation savvy, so I'm catering to them. I know that most of you guys that are into flight simming, you know all these things, but bear with us, okay? Thanks. So the departure, standard instrument departure, that's SID or SID. And the arrival is standard terminal arrival, which star is always green, and the approach is orange. So it's color coded, and of course the purple is the main body of the route of the flight plan. All right, so our SID, let's look at the chart. All right, looking at the chart, you can see that we have altitude restrictions. These altitude restrictions are going to be automatically entered in the flight plan when we choose the SID. Now, our first point is Whiskey India 005. We have to cross it at 3,000 feet or above. And the next one is Whiskey India 006. We have to cross it at 5,450 or above. How do I know this? You see the line below? That line, this line is like visually speaking, this line, this bar is a barrier that you cannot cross. So if it's underneath, that means that underneath is the bottom of is the minimum you can go. That altitude is the minimum you can go. It has to be that altitude or above. So that's why we have 3,000 or above here. We have 5,450 or above, 6,750 or above at Whiskey India 007. Now, if the bar is on top, it means that number or below. If there are two bars, top and bottom, it means exactly that number. You cannot go higher or lower. All right. So, and you can also notice on these two waypoints, Whiskey India 005 and 006, it says first pass. that means, I mean, that's because we're going to be passing these waypoints twice. You can see that we're going this way first, and then we're going to make a U-turn kind of and come back to 006 and 005. So these altitude restrictions are not relevant anymore because first of all, we're going to be already much higher than that. All right. So Whiskey India 007 6750. Okay. And also noteworthy is the fact that we have to cross this 007 and 008 at maximum 165 knots. Therefore, when we take off, we're gonna maintain 165 knots or below until we cross 008. Then we can increase our speed. Otherwise, we're gonna crash into the mountains. All right, and the last altitude restriction is at Rattenberg, NDB. We have to cross it at 11,500 or above. That's pretty simple, pretty easy to do, and the autopilot can handle that nicely. All right, initial climb clearance is by ATC, so let's assume that they're giving us initially that we've been given 8,000, so we're going to maintain 8,000 until we cross. We're going to climb and maintain 8,000 until we cross 005 the second time. And we're going to climb gently. Alright, so we're not going to be using flight level change until probably after we have gone by the airport again. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so that's our SID. For our star, initially, well, it's just a straight line if we overlay it. So from Nemes to Didymon, and we're expecting 6,000 to cross Didymon. It's not hard, but it's suggested. So I'll probably make it hard, just so that we can start descending on time and we can have enough time to slow down. All right. So for the approach, the initial part of the approach is from Didymon to Charlie India 03 left. 03 Lima. Okay, and we're expecting to cross Charlie India 03 Lima at 3,000. So we're going to put a 3,000 hard here. And after that, the final approach, we're going to be doing the ILS Cat 2 Zulu, so which is this one. Starting from the final approach of Charlie India 03 left, and we are going to actually start, yeah, that's where it starts, and we're going to descend to 1900 to capture the glide slope at the final approach fix, which is Fox India 03 Lima. Our minimum is gonna be 355 barometric, which is 100 radial altimeter. Now the glide slope on this ILS is a standard glide slope of 3 degrees, and our missed approach altitude is going to be what? 5,000. Okay, so missed approach, climb straight ahead, intercept and follow the SAT radial 032 degrees to the SAT radial of the SAT VOR, and at DME 14 of SAT VOR, turn right maximum 220 knots and intercept the 347 radial of the key VOR inbound to key VOR and hold and climb to 5,000. So that's very simple. We're not expecting to do any missed approach, but it's good to know this. All right. Transition level is by ATC. Transition altitude is 9,000, so I'm going to set the transition level at 11,000. Okay, so that's that. And of course, let's look at the Athens. And the airport is not a very big airport, but it's still big. So let's see where we're going to be parking. We're landing on this runway 03 left. We're expecting to take either the Alpha 10 exit or Alpha 11 exit. It should be slowed down by then. I'm expecting us to take the Alpha 10, but we'll see what happens. And we're gonna take the Alpha 13 all the way to Delta 6. Delta 8? Is that Delta 8? Yeah, I think it's Delta 8. And we're probably gonna be parking at the GA hangar here. Probably one of these parking spots. We'll make that decision when we get there. Probably Charlie 65, who knows? Or Charlie 63. We'll see. Depends on how big it is. We'll see when we get closer. Alright, so that's that. I think we've covered everything on the flight plan. So let's put it in the system and set up our flight plan in the aircraft. Let's bring up the briefing here. We're going to be looking at the routes right here. Okay. And I think we're going to be... There's not going to be any step climbs. I don't believe so, because it's a short flight. I think it's going to be just 410. Yep. All right. Okay, so put this on briefing and let's start. Okay, procedure. Departure is gonna be Rattenberg 3 X-ray. That. Okay, and runway 26. Can load that. Yeah, see how the altitude and speed restrictions are put in place already. I'm also gonna put the speed restrictions here. 165 or below. Okay, and also here 165 or below. Alright, don't think you can put anything here, and it doesn't even matter because the other ones will take care of it. Alright, so that's that. Go back to procedure. Our arrival is gonna be what was the arrival again? Nemes 2 Charlie. Nemes 2 Charlie. Runway 03 left. Okay, no transitions. Okay. And finally, the approach is gonna be 355 minimums. And that's barometric. Okay, and ILS Zulu 03 left. And Didymon initial approach fix. Alright, we can load that. Yes, it's not a GPS approach, so GPS guidance is just for monitoring. Yes, it's an ILS approach. Okay, and I think it's gonna enter the radio frequencies for us automatically, and it did. Okay. So this localizer is going to be automatically captured. Our transponder, let's make it 4526. Okay. Now the body of the flight of the route. Route waypoint. After Rattenberg, what do we have? After Rattenberg, we have direct Obedi, direct Berta, direct Darza, and direct Giza. So Obedi, Berta, Darza, Giza. Direct Obedi. Direct Berta. Darza. Giza. Okay. And after Giza, we have split Iosa Capo Nosto. Split Iosa Capo Nosto. Split Iosa Capo I probably missed the spelling. What's split Iosa Capo? Oh, I put Quebec instead of Oscar. Okay. Nosto. Okay. And after that, we have Uniform Lima 612 to ARA. Uniform Lima 612 to ARA. Okay, Arajos, yeah. And Uniform Bravo 34 to Nemes. Uniform Bravo 34 to Nemes. Okay. And of course, Nemes is not here because it's a part of the arrival. All right, we can say done. Now we have to harden the whatchamacallit, the restrictions. This one's gonna be hard. Okay. And this one is gonna be hard. Okay. I'll take a quick look at the Navigraph charts. Okay, 6,000. Okay, let's put Didymon at 6,000. Okay. Alright, I think that will take care of everything. We don't need to harden these. Actually, we'll just harden this one so that we can level off at 3,000. You know what? Let's go back out. This is Delta 054. Immediately after Didymos. Let's see. Immediately after that's here. All right. Yeah, let's maintain 3,000 here so we can slow down real good. Okay. Yeah, let's maintain 3,000 for a little bit. So we put this at. Okay, I think we should be good to go. All right. So everything is good. We can put the flight plan here. And right here, we'll go back to performance and finish up with the takeoff data. We're taking off runway 26. Okay, and origin, that's good. Weather, let's load the METAR and the temperature. Let's look at this. QNH 1013. Let's set that up. Okay, it's already there. That's good. Now, initial altitude we set at 8,000. Oh, looks like I haven't loaded SPAD.next yet. Alright, while that loads up, let's continue our performance. Alright, so that's the weather. And the runway, we have a short runway, 6,565. And the elevation is 1894 feet. Takeoff config is this. Now let me see. 3,000. Okay, we only need half the runway to take off if we go flaps 1. All right. So we'll accept that. I was thinking about making it the flaps 2 takeoff, but there's really no need. We have enough runway for that for flaps 1 takeoff. All right, so takeoff data, we'll take V1 of 114, VR 117, V2 132, and VFT 0185. Accept that. You can see the check flaps flag. That's because we don't have the correct flap setting. You can also see that the V speeds, although they are displayed, the actual speeds are not shown. That's a check to make sure that we don't make a mistake and take off with the wrong flaps. So it's intentional. All right. I don't like removing my yoke like the rest of everybody else does. kills the immersion. Alright, we can display the timers. We're gonna be needing it. Okay, I think everything is set up. Now we can set the altitude. Spat.next should be fully loaded now. Put it at 8,000. Okay. And runway heading is gonna be 258. Okay, so everything is fine. Alright, that's pretty much it. We are fully configured, ready to go. So, I'm gonna bring up the checklists. Okay, this, for some reason, I'm gonna reload this. Okay. Alright, so our taxi, we're gonna be taxiing, this thing is missing some of the taxiway numbers, so, or names, so let's look at Navigraph instead. Alright, so our taxi route is gonna be Lima Alpha Bravo. Lima Alpha Bravo, and we're gonna backtrack on runway 26 to line up. Alright, so it's simple, we don't need to leave this open. And we have 3 knots, we're gonna have 3 knots of tailwind. That's not too much. Okay. So cockpit items. Let's actually, before we do that, let's start the APU. Alright, we'll monitor the APU RPM. Looking for 100% RPM. And here we have it. Of course, the bus tie automatically opens because we have 2 power supplies now, but we're going to be killing one of them, which is the external power. So it's going to close again. Okay, just waiting for the APU to fully start, which it has actually. So just take this off and the bus tie closes again. And of course we have air conditioning too. I can hear it come on. Looking at the bleed. Yeah, so APU is supplying the bleed air to run the air conditioning for now until the engines are started. Okay, so we are good to go. We can do the cockpit items. Can arm the toga. Okay, probably we cannot until... Oh, we can actually. We're gonna leave it alone. It's not arming well until we start the engines. Okay. We checked all these before, so that's good. Now, leave it on electrics. We will run the cockpit items checklist. Circuit breakers are in, standby power on, batteries both are on, and the volts and amps are good. We have 0 amps because it's charged. They're charging. They're not providing the power. Alright, that's good. And hydraulic data, oxygen, CAS messages we've checked and that's correct. Oxygen checked, hydraulic data checked, APU started, APU generators on, external power has been disconnected, cockpit controls checked and set, fuel checked, lights, turn the necessary lights on. Emergency lights already armed, passenger safety and seat belts. Okay. All right. What time is it? Okay, 5:56. We're supposed to be leaving at 6:10. All right, we have 14 minutes. Okay. So everything is good. Everything that needs to be disconnected is disconnected. All right, we can do the before start checklist. Before start checklist, parking brake set, ice and CAS checked. Before start checklist complete. Cleared to start engines. We're starting with the left or with the right engine. We make sure that we have 32 psi start pressure. Open the guard, push to run. Just give it one more check. That's good. You can see that the air conditioning is kind of lowered because we need the air to start the engines. So push to run and monitor the engine instruments. N2 rising, ITT temperature rising, N1 rising, oil temperature rising, oil pressure rising, fuel flow coming on, of course ignition is on, fuel flow started. Okay. Ignition off, fuel valve, start valve closed. Good engine start, should stabilize around 18.2 or 3. Okay, between 18.1 and 18.3 or so. That's a good start. Starting the right engine, of course we have the correct pressure right there. So we'll repeat. Open the guard and push to run. Close the guard and start. And monitor that too. Alright, N2 rising. Oil pressure rising, oil temperature rising, ITT temperature rising, N1 rising. Fuel flow coming. Fuel flow started. Ignition going off in a few minutes. Off. Start valve closed. Alright. Stabilized. Good. 2 good starts. And we can turn off the APU. Alright. And wait for it to wait for the RPM to decrease to 0 and the bleed air will shut off. And we'll have bleed air from the 2 engines. Good. Now looking at the electrical, you can see that the bus tie is now open because each engine generator is supplying electricity to the respective bus. Alright. Okay, everything is good. Now that the engines are started, we can check our flight controls. Alright. Elevator aft. Forward. Neutral. Ailerons left. Right. Neutral. Rudder left. Right, neutral, and spoilers fully extend and fully retract. Flaps fully extend and fully retract. Okay, we can put it on flaps 1 and the speeds should display. Hold on. I think I have FSUI PC conflicting with SPA.next. Let's take care of that. Alright, so extend the flaps again. Flaps 1. Alright. Okay, that's flight controls. I think we are done with all synoptics. Okay, hydraulics. Good now. Okay, I think that's the last one. Alright, so we can come out of here. Now we can set the trim. .5 should be good. Okay, and make sure that the aileron and rudder trims are centered. Alright, everything here looks good. Flaps 1. Alright. Now we can arm the toga. Okay, and arm auto throttle. And VNAV. Alright. (6:02). Okay, we have 8 minutes. Alright, so good engine start, everything is fine. We can do our before taxi checklist. Before taxi, flight controls free and correct. APU as required. It's off. Takeoff data has been input. The V speeds are displayed. Flight instruments set. Altimeters checked. Trims checked. Taxi lights coming on. Parking brake is off. Before taxi checklist complete. Alright, we are ready to go. Let me check our frames and see how we're doing. Okay, I think we're doing well. Alright, taxi lights coming on. We can dim this fog lights. That should be good. Actually, alright, this should be good enough. Alright, we can begin taxi. What time is it? 5:06. We're supposed to leave at 5:10. That's 4 minutes early. That's good enough. Okay. And Taxi lights on. Okay, beginning taxi. The city is waking up. It's a beautiful dawn. Now, I think this airport has just very little optimization issues. I'm getting stutters, and it's not me, because my system is well capable. As soon as I get on the runway, I get some huge one-time stutters. Okay, landing lights on, taxi off. Strobes on. Okay, we've been cleared to line up, so we're gonna backtrack all the way over there and make a U-turn. Left is clear, right is clear. So I'm gonna line up at the very beginning. You see the lag that I was talking about. Let's stop here. Okay, almost accurate. Oops, sorry. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Exterior lights on, auto throttle armed and toga, timer start. Okay, that's it. So just a quick check. I'm gonna change this to FMS. Okay, and we have 165 knots. We're climbing 8,000. We have all the V speeds displayed. That's good. Let's okay, that should be good enough. All right. And all the lights are on. Taxi lights on because we're cleared for takeoff. And start the timer. Alright. So hold the brakes and about 40% power, and it's stable. Full power. Okay, auto throttle, hold. Airspeed's alive. V1, rotate. V2, positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot on. And VS. Wow, it's already gone to 200. Let's reduce speed. We're gonna take it easy. Bring the speed down to 165. All right, that's good. Should probably stay on flaps 1. Yeah, let's stay on flaps 1 until we make the turn. Is this gorgeous, or am I imagining it? Okay, here comes the U-turn. All right, flaps up. And now we can climb with flight level change. And we're climbing direct to 41,000. All right. And what time is it? We've been flying for 8 minutes. Okay, the other 8 minutes. Oh, look at that sunrise. My goodness, that is so beautiful. Okay, we're past 10,000. Landing lights off, seat belts off, and we can switch to standard altimeter. I didn't bother much about changing it on time because it was basically the same thing. All right, we can do our climb checklist. Climb checklist. Landing gear up, flaps up. Climbing at flight level change for now. Navigation is required, APUs off, lights off, flight level change and pressurization set, altimeters standard. Climb checklist complete. Alright, don't want to make this too long, so I'm gonna see you guys at the top of climb. Oh, before we do that, can use this opportunity to just look at our climb profile and see how we performed. See if we followed that that bid correctly. So 1 second here while I bring up the Volanta. All right. Let's close this a little bit. Okay. So we took off from here, we taxied, got on the runway, and of course this is a mountainous altitude at this airport is 1800 and something. So that's why we're up here. That's where the ground actually is. So we taxied and took off, and that was a very gentle climb. That's good. And of course, by this time we had increased our speed. That's why the curve is shallow here. Alright, and we're still climbing, although we're probably already reaching our top of climb. But yeah, that's it. I think we did a very good. I think the climb out was very good. Alright, and I'll put the screenshots at the end. We have about a few of them. Okay. Where are we now? Okay, we're almost there. So we'll leave it on. And since we're leaving it on, I'm gonna attach the screenshots. Okay, and more will be coming. Alright, we are 1,000 feet to go. It took another 11 minutes to go from 9,000 to 41,000. That's amazing. Oh. Alright, we are at 41,000. Now increasing speed to Mach 0.83. And our top of descent is in 1 hour 25 minutes. I'm getting these micro stutters. I wish I knew what was bringing them. And look at this. It's not. I don't know. This looks like troubled waters. And I capped this at 60 FPS. I'm getting much more than that, but I capped it because my refresh rate of my monitor is 60 Hertz. Anyways, I don't know if anybody knows what could be. If anybody has suggestions to make that'll prevent these stutters. They're not happening all the time. Like now, it's very smooth, but just once in a while, it happens. And I have a lot of things running. I'm recording in 4K, very high quality on OBS, and also I am taking screenshots. So I have Volanta on, I have Navigraph, I have TrackIR, I have Spat.next, I have PDF, and I have the recorder. I'm recording the entire flight. But that's not why this is happening, because even without the recorder, even with the recorder off, it still happens. So there's got to be something going on. And also sometimes I'm hearing ticking sounds as if some buttons are being pressed. If you watch the taxi, it happened a couple of times. So hopefully later, sometime in the future, I might figure out what's causing all those and fix it, because it can be annoying. Anyways, without making the video longer than is necessary, I'm gonna see you guys closer to top of descent, and this is the Barkis with one more outside view. See how smooth it is. Very smooth. And all settings are ultra. I think at one point I had it at 8x8. I think because of that lag, I took it from there to 6x6. But that didn't make a difference. Alright, let's take a closer look at the pilot. Oh, did you see that lag? Alright, say hi to me and my co-pilot. Hi, Debarkis. Oops. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys at top of descent. Alright everyone, we are getting closer to our top of descent. We have 10 minutes to our top of descent, so let's start setting up for our descent. First thing, oh dear. First thing we have to do is performance. Okay, we're landing at Athens, Eleftherios Venizelos, runway 3 left. And we can load the METAR. Okay, it's gonna be... This is always in inches of mercury, but we want to get the hectopascals. We look at the actual METAR, and it's gonna be QNH 1017. And it's variable at 2 knots, so it looks like the weather is going to be calm, which is a good thing. Alright, QNH 1017, let's set that. Right here. Okay, 1017. And it's gonna be, the runway length is 11,485 feet. Okay, we're gonna be landing with full flaps, anti-ice off, thrust reversers stowed, landing factor 1.00, and auto throttle on. Probably need to reduce the intensity of this just a tad. Okay. Alright, and landing data is gonna be 130 and 118 depending on the current weight. We accept that, and I believe if the weight lowers, it's gonna automatically lower it. So these are dynamic, I believe. We'll check to make sure if that's actually the case. Just gonna drink some water. Okay, let's accept the speeds. And we have our altitude restrictions. Everything is fine. Okay, leave it there. Okay, I think that's pretty much what we need to do. Next is we're gonna set up our altitude. But I'm gonna wait a little bit until we are less than 5 minutes. Away. Also, let's check, I don't know if I checked the landing weight. We shouldn't be above the landing weight because we didn't take too much fuel. Let's see, landing config. Yeah, landing weight is 3436. Okay, that's good. I think max landing weight is 33,500, so we are way below it. Now, our radios Okay, that's correct. All right. Now, let's quickly take a look at Navigraph. We'll look at it after we have started descending. For now, we are 4 minutes to go. Just set the landing thingy. I'm gonna set it to 3,000 for now, so that we can descend all the way. Actually, so that we don't need to worry about it, I'm gonna set it to 1900. I believe that's our final, that's the lowest altitude we're gonna be descending. All right. Okay, 2 minutes to go. And our first restriction, my goodness, let's fix this track IR thing before it is too late. Okay, our first restriction is 6,000 feet at Didymon. Alright, we have the VNAV deviation symbology, or tape. Since we're going to be descending directly to 6,000, I'm going to, as soon as we start descending, I'll change the altimeter to the local one. Alright, the carrot is coming down. And here we go. Okay, I'm gonna set to local altimeter. Beautiful. That way it corrects immediately. Yeah, the speed is gonna correct itself. Beautiful. So we're decreasing speed to Mach 0.8. All right. And I'll hold off on the descent checklist until we are below 10,000. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look at Navigraph. Or Volanta. Okay, we've begun our descent, just crossed top of descent. And this was our climb. Well, we'll look at all this after we are landed. Okay, let's look at Navigraph. Okay, we're heading towards Nemes. At Didymon we have 6,000. Okay, let's review some things. The arrival, we don't really have anything. We don't have anything to do here. It's pretty explanatory. So let's look at the initial approach. For the initial approach, we're aiming for 3,000 to cross this waypoint. This Charlie India 03 Lima. Okay, and the final approach is going to be category 2 ILS, so we ignore this one. Lowest altitude is going to be 1900 and the course is 032 degrees. It's a standard glide slope. Okay, so we're looking at this. If we're coming between 100 and 120, so we can interpolate. Okay, our minimum is 355, which we have already set, and frequency we already set to. And our missed approach, of course, transition altitude is 9,000, transition level is going to be 11,000, missed approach altitude is 5,000, and the missed approach climb straight ahead, intercept and follow the 032 radials SAT VOR, and at 14 DME of SAT VOR, turn right, maximum 220 knots, and intercept the 347 radial for Key VOR, inbound to Key, and hold. 5,000 is the altitude. We don't expect to do that, but just to have that in mind, just in case. All right, and that's pretty much. Actually, one more thing that we need to look at: where we're going to park. Okay. We're gonna be parking around here. Charlie 30, maybe Charlie 34. Yeah, Charlie 34. Or is that 54? Charlie 54. Okay. All right. How high are we? Okay, we're still pretty high. Okay, so we see that Alt V is armed, so even after crossing 6,000, we're going to be continuing our descent, hence the Alt V instead of Alt S. Alt S would mean that we would level off. So that's what we're going to be getting probably at the 3,000 restrictions. So far, so good. Hold on. No, you have to set this one by... Are you kidding? I thought it was automatic. Okay, 1017, let's set that. Alright. Okay, everything is going well. Let's just quickly take a look at that performance again. The weather. Okay, doesn't look like it changed. Alright, it's remaining constant, that's good. And landing data. Still what it is. Alright. Cool. Okay, quickly do our descent checklist. Alright, I'll wait until we are below 10,000. Okay, commanded the reduction to 250 in preparation of getting lower than 10,000. Alright, coming to 10,000. Landing lights on. Seat belts on. Alright. Descent checklist. Altitude selector set. VNAV working. Arrival weather check and input landing speeds done. Altimeters at transition altitude set. 10,000 feet. Lights and passenger signs on. APU not needed. Descent checklist complete. All right, that's 6,000. And our next restriction is going to be 5,000 or above. Okay, I'm gonna go flaps 1. And that brings us to 200 knots. Okay, we're just descending gradually. Alright, next one is 3,000. Probably should have waited on the flaps, but okay. One final check at the weather. Okay, everything is the same. Okay. Okay, I can see the ghost localizer right there. All right, flaps 2. Can see the airport in front of us. Approach checklist, landing data confirmed, ice protection as required, exterior lights on, flight instruments checked and set, crew briefing complete, approach checklist complete. All right, localizer has been captured. $1,000 to go. Begun our final descent to 1900. This is probably the old airport, who knows? Alright, let's not get carried away. I'm gonna wait until the diamond is at 1 bar. Meanwhile, let's arm the glide slope before we forget. Gear down. All right. Full flaps. Okay. Alright, reducing speed, and we're gonna set 5,000 as our missed approach altitude. Before landing checklist. Landing gear down, flaps full, exterior lights on, speed brakes retracted, CAS messages checked, airspeed, VREF. Before landing checklist complete. Being cleared to land, so landing lights on, taxi lights on. How much wind do we have? 9 knots. Okay, VREF plus. That should be good enough. Autopilot's coming off. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, $5, That was a good landing. Okay, we'll get off on the next exit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, kalos ήρθατε στην Αθήνα. Welcome to Athens. I hope I said it correctly. Kalos ήρθατε στην Αθήνα. Okay, we'll stop here for a second and stop the timer. Landing lights off and anti-collision off. Okay. Let's continue. Flaps retract. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, stay on the center line. Are you trying to mess up this nice flight? Okay, let's stop here for 1 second and figure out where we're going. I believe we're going all the way over there, but let's make sure. Also, let's do our after landing checklist. Okay, after landing, thrust reversers stowed, flaps retracted, timer stopped, ice protection as required, exterior lights as required, APU as required. We can turn on the APU right now, although we probably don't need it, but just let's just follow procedures. All right, now let's see where let's check where we are going to park. Let's bring up Navigraph. And we are right here on Kilo. There's a hot spot here, and we are coming all the way to Charlie something. I wish this were bigger. You know what? We can actually get another chart. We can get the parking chart at Athens. Let's stick this one here and open it. Okay, beautiful. So let's see, we can do Charlie 5 to Alpha. Yeah, Charlie 5 to Alpha, or 5 to Bravo. Keeping it simple. Let's see where that is. Okay, that's 5 to Alpha, 5 to Bravo. Yeah, let's do 5 to Bravo. Because I think these spots are too tight. Alright, let me see. Alright, let's continue to our parking. Probably need to slow down. Now we gotta slow down. Okay, it's gonna be here. I hope that guy is not standing on a ladder. He's been doing that lately. Wait, where is he? Are we at the wrong spot? Alright guys, I made a little mistake in the parking spot, so retracing our steps a little bit. So we're getting on the taxiway again. I think I turned too early. It was supposed to be the next spot, which should be here. Slow down, buddy. Okay, I wonder why he's standing on the ladder. Okay, we're gonna ignore him. I don't think this aircraft has been fully set up, because he's gonna guide me all the way onto himself, and he shouldn't be standing on a ladder because this is a little aircraft. So we're gonna let's ignore him for a second. Yeah, shut up. Let's be our own guide, because why not? Oops, 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 oops. Okay, stay here. Alright, oops. I think this is good enough. Yeah. Alright, guys. We are here. And once again, kalos ήρθατε στην Athena. Alright, get off the ladder, you. I don't even know what to call you. Taxi lights off. And left engine off. Right engine off. Okay, and we have APU. Okay. Alright, bleed is on the APU now. Connect ground power. And we can turn the APU off. Meanwhile, these guys can start coming out. APU off. Okay, forgot to do the replays. I'm gonna turn back the engines on so we can see the replays. I'm gonna do that off camera. Meanwhile, before we do that, let's take a look at let's review the flight. I'll bring up Volanta. Let's look at the statistics. All right, our landing rate was good, considering. And the G-force was 1. That's good. Now, and it was a continuous descent, minus a couple of places where we leveled off around here at 3,000. It was a nice continuous descent, and the passengers were very comfortable. And we touched down just short of the main touchdown bars, which is good. All right, and we were able to exit the first high-speed exit. The goal was to exit through here, but we even did better than that. That's good. And taxi, of course, this is the first place we went to, which was the wrong spot. Made a circle, came back out, and parked at the right place. All right, I'll say that was a very good flight. Now let's, and of course the screenshots, why not? Okay, just quickly run through them. All right, that was all. There were more, but that's okay. I don't need those. All right, we'll look at the replays in a few minutes. Just trying to set the actual time. Okay, I think we got it. Approximately.
No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff.
Positive rate.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Positive rate.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Positive rate. Alright, that's gonna be it for the takeoff replay. Man, this is good. Oh my goodness. We're gonna take a screenshot of this. Alright, that's it for the departure. Stand by for the landing replays coming up shortly.
Minimums.
40,
Minimums.
30, 20, 10, 5, 50,
minimums,
40,
minimums,
30, 20, 10, 5, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 50,
Takeoff.
Minimums.
40,
Minimums.
30, 20, 10, 5, Alright, so it took long, but had to show all the replays. Alright then, we are going to start shutting down. So, do we have a shutdown checklist? Doesn't look like we have any, so I'm gonna just shut down. Alright, these are supposed to be off. Okay, because of the replay. Alright. Alright. Can close this now. Okay guys, thanks for watching. We made it this far. Thanks for your patience. And of course, this is the famous Eleftherios Venizelos Airport in Athens. One of these mountains is Mount Olympus, I believe. Alright. So, thank you for watching, and this is Debakis signing off.